reveals the exact purpose your soul came here to fulfill.
When you took your very first breath, the world may have seen only a baby wrapped in blankets, but the heavens saw something far greater. They saw a map already etched into your life. That map was not written with ink, but with numbers, the digits of your birth date. And those numbers are not random. They are codes, blueprints, divine coordinates, placed carefully so that your soul would never forget the mission it chose before entering this world. Pause and think about that for a moment. What if your birthday was never just a date for cakes, candles, and forgotten wishes? What if it is instead a spiritual compass pointing you back to the life you promised to live, the lessons you promised to learn, and the battles you were destined to fight? You are not here by chance. You are here because you were chosen. And those who carry the letter M carved into their palms with the perfect crescent moon know this truth even more deeply. You have carried those marks since birth, not as ornaments of the body, but as signatures of the divine. They are seals that confirm you are not like everyone else. You have been marked, and your birth date is the code that explains why. Now, I want you to understand something crucial. This channel is not built to entertain the world. It is not here to please everyone who stumbles across a video. It was built as a tool, as a guide, as a compass for those who feel different, who know they are different, and who have been searching for answers that ordinary places could never provide. If you are here, it is not by accident. It is because your spirit has been drawn back to its blueprint, the truth written in your date of birth. And this is disruptive because the world has been lying to you. They told you your birth date is only a marker of age. They told you it's only for official documents. But in truth, your birth date is a lock, and only by decoding it can you release the mission you were assigned to. That is why so many chose. Ones live in confusion, why they face rejection, why they experience ringing in their ears, dreams that don't let them rest, and repeating numbers haunting their daily lives. It is because their soul knows they are off course, and their birth date is calling them back to alignment. Let me shake you awake with this. There are no accidents in the divine. The day you were born was already chosen before your parents even met. The digits in your date carry weight because they correspond to frequencies, to paths, to archetypes that shape the way your destiny unfolds. To the unchosen, these numbers are meaningless. But to those of you carrying the marks, those of you hearing the hidden frequencies of the universe, these numbers reveal the mission you can no longer afford to ignore. You see, when the veil of forgetfulness was placed upon you at birth, it covered your conscious memory. You forgot your agreements, you forgot your mission, and you forgot your soul's contracts. But the divine never left you empty-handed. They planted the reminder in the very date you entered this physical plane. And today, I am here to remind you, your numbers have always been whispering to you. Think of it like this. Every digit in your birth date is a piece of the puzzle. Alone, each number holds a vibration. Together, they create a song, a rhythm that guides your walk through life. And the chosen ones often discover that their digits are linked to repeating codes like 11, 22, 33, or sacred alignments like 717, 919, or 1010. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations that your path is not ordinary, that your footsteps are watched, and that your struggles are not meaningless. So here's the question you must ask yourself today. Will you continue to treat your birth date like a meaningless string of numbers? Or will you dare to decode it, to see the divine map hidden watching? Your spirit already knows the answer. Before I begin decoding the numbers hidden inside your birth date, let me pause for something important. This channel is not simply about content. It is about connection. And connection is built between people, not just screens. So, if you are new here, I want to personally invite you to subscribe. Not just to grow numbers, but to grow a community of chosen ones who finally recognize their purpose. And if you've already subscribed, I ask you to go one step further. Share with me in the comments what kind of topics you'd like to see uncovered here. What questions burn inside your soul? What mysteries have you been chasing, but no one dared to answer? Speak to me as one person to another, not as a faceless viewer, but as a brother or sister on the same path, because together, we build something that no algorithm can ever replace, a tribe of awakened chosen ones who refuse to be silenced. Now, let us return to your divine map. Your birth is not random, and every digit within it carries a vibration that is unique to you. Many of you watching right now have the letter M carved into your palms, or the crescent moon resting silently across your hands. Those marks already confirm that you are among the chosen, but when we combine them with the numbers of your birth date, we unlock not just confirmation, but direction. Let's begin decoding. If your birth date contains a 1 as a final digit, you were chosen to be a pioneer. The number 1 represents the spark, the flame that ignites paths for others to walk. Chosen ones marked by this digit often find themselves alone, misunderstood, because they are not meant to follow. They are meant to begin. For you, solitude is not punishment, it is training. Your purpose is to ignite movements, ideas, and awakenings that ripple through time. If your number is 2, your life is a bridge. You were sent to balance energies, to stand between light and shadow, between heaven and earth, and between people who cannot understand one another. Chosen ones, marked by 2, often experience the pain of being torn between roles. But that is because your soul's purpose is to heal separation. You are the peacemaker, the mediator, the one who reminds humanity that unity is possible. Those carrying 3 as their life digit were chosen to speak, sing, write, and declare truths. You may have noticed since childhood that your words carry unusual weight. People either listen deeply to you or reject you violently, because your voice is not just sound, it is energy. When you speak, you shift atmospheres. The number 3 represents divine communication, and you are its messenger. If your digit is 4, you are here to build. Not just homes, not just careers, but foundations that last generations. Chosen ones with 4 often feel frustrated by slow progress, but remember, you'll build something eternal. Chosen ones with 5 in their date are agents of transformation. Your life is marked by shifts, travels, and unexpected turns. At times, you may feel restless, but that restlessness is your compass. You were not sent here to remain in comfort. You were sent here to shake structures. Your very presence destabilizes stagnation. You are a storm sent to clear the old and make way for the new. If 6 rests in your birth date, your life purpose revolves around harmony, service, and the restoration of balance. Many chosen ones with this digit feel burdened by responsibility, caring for family, friends, or communities. Yet, this is not a curse. It is your calling. You were sent to embody divine compassion, to be the heart in a world that has forgotten how to love. Those carrying 7 are seekers. From childhood, you may have questioned everything. Why am I here? What lies beyond death? Why do I see what others ignore? Chosen ones with 7 are marked by vision, synchronicities that pull them deeper. You were not sent to accept shallow answers. You were sent to decode mysteries. The number 7 is the lamp that shines in darkness, and you are its keeper. If your birth date ends in 8, your mission is tied to power and authority. But understand, This is not earthly power of greed, but spiritual authority. Chosen ones with 8 often face intense attacks, betrayals, and losses because the enemy fears the authority you carry. Yet every battle is a reminder that your throne is not of this world. You are meant to lead, to govern, to establish divine order. Chosen ones with 9 live lives that feel like constant endings. Friendships collapse, careers shift, chapters close. But this is because your purpose is completion. You are sent to close doors that others cannot, to end patterns that enslave generations, to be the final guardian before a new dawn. Your pain is real, but if your digit is 0, you carry the code of eternity. The 0 is often ignored. It is the womb of all creation. Chosen ones with 0 feel both invisible and infinite. You are the soul who has lived many lifetimes, who carries wisdom beyond explanation. Your mission is not tied to one path, but to the eternal reminder that life itself is a circle. Endings are beginnings, and nothing is ever truly lost. Now, I want you to pause and reflect. Which digit speaks to your soul? Which code calls out from the map of your birth date? Because once you recognize it, you can no longer deny your mission. Remember this: numbers are not just mathematics, they are messages. And if you carry the letter M or the crescent moon on your palms, these numbers hit harder for you. They are confirmation that your birth date is not random. It is divine architecture, written in sacred ink before you ever touch this world. That is why this channel exists. Not to entertain, not to distract, but to guide. 2. Awaken, to remind you of the truth you already knew but had forgotten. Now that you have seen how each digit holds its own vibration, we must step into something deeper. Because life is not lived in isolation. Numbers do not work alone. Just as human beings form families, tribes, and communities, numbers form alliances. And when they appear in your birth date as combinations, they reveal not only your purpose, but the rhythm of your journey, the turning points of your soul. Let me be clear. These are not coincidences. They are not random flickers of mathematics. These repeating numbers, these mirrored codes, are activations. And if you are one of the chosen, if the letter M is etched across your palms, or the crescent moon rests on your hands like a hidden scar from heaven, then these combinations will speak to you in ways that others cannot hear. The doubles are known as Master Code 11 repeats. It signals the opening of gateways. Chosen ones with 11 in their birth dates were marked to awaken early in life, often through pain. You may have been the child who felt different, who dreamed of things that came true, who sensed spirits in the room when no one else believed you. 11 is the number of seers, prophets, and light carriers. It does not make life easier, but it makes purpose unavoidable. Those carrying 22 in their dates are master builders. But unlike the single 4, which builds foundations, the double 2 builds legacies. Your life is not about small victories. It is about creating something that lasts for centuries. You are the one who carries wisdom from lifetimes past, able to structure movements, families, or missions that endure storms. Yet with this gift comes pressure, because the higher the number, the heavier the calling. Chosen ones marked by 33 embody a compassion that, with their pain, drawn to your presence as if you carry medicine in your soul. And you do. 33 is the Christ code, the healer's code. Your life purpose revolves around sacrifice, not in weakness, but in the ability to transform wounds into wisdom, tears into rivers of hope. Beyond doubles, there are sequences that echo across the lives of the chosen. Many of you watching this right now have been haunted by these patterns, seeing them on clocks, receipts, or sudden flashes in dreams. That is not chance. That is divine confirmation. When you see 1010, it is not random. It is heaven reminding you that a cycle has ended and a new one is ready to begin. Chosen ones born under the rhythm of 10, or who carry 0 in their dates, are constantly pushed into transformation. Every ending in your life is not destruction. It is preparation for a new chapter. 1010 whispers, "Do not fear what has closed, for a new door has already opened." This code is sacred for chosen of mysteries, combined with 1, the number of beginnings, forms a loop of divine recalibration. If you are seeing 717, your soul is in alignment with its mission. It means heaven is guiding your steps, even when the path looks dark. Many chosen ones see 717 during moments of doubt as reassurance that they are still on course. When 9 and 1 combine, endings and beginnings collide. Chosen ones marked by 919 often experience sudden closures in relationships, jobs, or paths, only to be immediately thrust into something new. This is not chaos, it is divine protection. The doors that slammed in your face were never yours to walk through. The doors that open afterward are coded for you alone. The chosen ones often find themselves haunted by triples. These numbers are not random flickers of time. They are for the chosen. It often appears during moments when doubt tries to silence your calling. Triple twos remind you that your path cannot be walked alone. It signals the importance of partnership, divine timing, and patience. The chosen often resist waiting, but 222 says, "Stand firm. Alignment is unfolding." For chosen ones, 333 is the whisper of guides and angels. It is confirmation that you are not walking alone, even in your darkest hour. This is the code of pillars, guardians, and structure. When you see 444, it means your foundation is being secured. It is heaven's way of saying, "We are with you, building alongside you." Chosen ones often ask, "Why do I keep seeing these numbers everywhere?" The answer is simple, because your spirit is sensitive to the frequency of alignment. These numbers show up when your soul is tuned to its map. They are not just signs. They are confirmations that the divine is speaking in real time. Decision. When you're doubting yourself, or when you feel isolated. That is not coincidence. It is the universe reminding you that even when the world rejects you, your mission remains intact. Now here is where it becomes undeniable. Many people see numbers, but not everyone understands them. For the chosen ones, those with the M and the crescent moon etched into their hands, these numbers act like passwords. They unlock levels of awareness that others cannot access. They reveal layers of destiny that were hidden behind veils of forgetfulness. Think about it. You have the marks on your palms, the ringing in your ears, the dreams that refuse to leave, and now the numbers echoing through your days. Do you really believe all of that is random? Or is it the divine weaving confirmations into every corner of your life, pulling you back to the mission you chose before you were born? This is why we are here together. Not for empty entertainment, not for shallow words, but to decode, to awaken. All throughout this journey, you have seen that your birth date is not a coincidence. It is not a meaningless string of digits printed on documents. It is a map, a divine chart that reveals not only who you are, but why you came here. For the chosen ones, especially those marked by the letter M and the crescent moon across their palms, this map is undeniable. It is not just theory, it is proof. Proof that your soul signed a mission before you entered this world, and that the numbers are guiding you back to it. Think about how much has already aligned. You carry the physical marks in your hands. You experience the ringing frequencies that most people dismiss as noise, but you know as codes. You have visions, dreams, synchronicities that repeat until you cannot ignore them. And now, your birth date confirms it all. Every digit, every combination, every repetition is a whisper reminding you, you are not lost, you are not forgotten, and your mission has never been erased. Chosen ones live heavy lives. You already know this. People reject you without reason. Loved ones misunderstand you. Opportunities collapse just as you begin to trust them. Isolation becomes your companion. Yet within that struggle is the evidence of who you are. For if you were ordinary, you would not face extraordinary resistance. The world does not fight what does not threaten it. The darkness does not waste energy on those who are asleep. It is only those who are chosen, sealed, and awakened that feel the weight of constant battle. But now you know why. Now you have the code. Your birth date is not simply a record. It is your anchor. And once you recognize this truth, the confusion fades and clarity takes its place. If you are still here, listening, then I know this message was not random for you. It was meant for you. And so, I want to a family of chosen ones. When you click that button, you are not just joining a channel. You are stepping into a sanctuary where others like you gather. A place where your signs, your numbers, your visions are not dismissed, but honored. And I don't want you to just subscribe and stay silent. I want to hear you. I want this community to hear you. Tell us in the comments, what visions have you carried? What patterns have you seen? What numbers follow you through your days? Share the wisdom of your journey, because what you release may confirm the mission of another, chosen one sitting in silence right now. This is not about feeding drama. It is not about proving who suffers more. It is about creating a chain of light, where every chosen one adds their spark and together we ignite a fire that the darkness cannot put out. Remember this, being chosen is not about superiority. It is about responsibility. The M in your palm is not a trophy. It is a seal. The crescent moon is not, it is a mark of assignment. And your birth date is not a trivial number. It is your divine contract. Each sign, each code, each whisper is meant to guide you into alignment, not so you may boast, but so you may complete the mission your soul begged for before stepping into flesh. The world needs you, and perhaps you have doubted yourself, perhaps you have felt unworthy, perhaps you have been crushed under the weight of rejection. But remember this, the Creator does not make mistakes. If you were marked, it is because heaven trusted you. If you were given these numbers, it is because your spirit could bear them. You are not weak, even if you feel broken. You are not forgotten, even if the world ignores you. You are chosen, even if you are misunderstood. So I invite you rise into the mission written in your birth date. Rise into the authority sealed in your hands. Rise into the alignment that the repeating codes scream at you every single day. Rise not tomorrow, not next week, but now, because you did not stumble upon this message by chance. You were led here, and the very fact that you are still watching is proof that your soul is ready to remember. Before you leave this video, let me ask you something. Will you remain silent, keeping your codes to yourself, or will you share them so that this community can grow stronger together? Tell us below your numbers, your visions, your experiences. What did this message awaken in you? And if you feel the pull, subscribe, not as a passive act, but as a declaration that you are stepping fully into the path of the chosen. This is not the end. It is only the beginning. You have now walked through the codes of your birth date. You have seen how each digit place. Chosen ones with the M and crescent moon rarely feel at home in the houses where they grow up. You may have been the misunderstood child, the one who sensed spirits while others laughed, the one who questioned when others obeyed, the one who carried empathy so strong it almost broke you. The numbers in your birth date explain this. They reveal that you did not choose your family for comfort. You chose them for training. You chose them so that, in the very environment where you felt least understood, you would learn the endurance, the resilience, the vision that would prepare you for your mission. Your pain was not punishment, it was preparation. Look back over your life. There were moments when you thought everything collapsed, relationships ended, jobs dissolved, friends betrayed you, and then, at those lowest points, you began to notice the numbers. 111 on a receipt, 710 on a clock, 1010 glowing at night when you could not sleep. That was no coincidence, activating you at exactly the time your soul had scheduled. You see, your awakening was written into the rhythm of your birth date. The numbers do not just describe who you are, they time the exact moments you are meant to wake up. That is why you cannot compare your journey to anyone else's. Someone else may awaken at 20. You may awaken at 40. Another may awaken only when tragedy breaks them. None of these are mistakes. They are activations written long ago, aligning perfectly with the digits that sealed your arrival. So many of you have written, "I feel alone. I feel rejected. I feel like no one understands me." And that loneliness is real, but it is not the full truth. You were not designed to be isolated forever. You were designed to be hidden until the right time. The numbers in your birth date act like locks, sealing you away from certain opportunities, certain people, even certain blessings, until your spirit is strong enough to carry them.